Welcome to responsive web development with HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. I'm Aubrey Love. I have a background in developing custom websites and web applications for a multitude of organizations. I'm a certified website master, and I've attended several schools to learn more about website development. Still to this day, I continue to grow my knowledge every chance I can get. Course overview. What we're going to learn is an introduction to this course, such as what is HTML5, what is CSS3. We'll be looking at Git and then editors, compilers. After that, we're going to be doing some scripting. This is where we're going to be programming our website, getting the HTML5 and the CSS. We're going to throw in some JavaScript in there as well. Shortly after that, we're going to be looking at domain name and servers. This is going to allow us to set up and secure our own virtual server, and then we're going to buy a domain name. Well, then once we have that set up, what we're going to do is we're going to point our domain name towards a server, so that way whenever they go to like mysite.com, it'll go towards your server that you had set up. And then finally, we're going to deploy our website to that server. Some of the prerequisites of this course, we'll be using atom.io. This is going to be our text-based editor that we're going to use to program our website with. We're going to be needing FileZilla. You can download it from filezilla-project.org/download.php. This is a tool we're going to be used to push our website from our computer to our server we had set up. We're going to use GoDaddy.com. This is a website where we're going to be used to buy our domain name from. GoDaddy is an active, very elaborate registrar. And finally, DigitalOcean, DigitalOcean.com. This is a virtual server service provider that we're going to utilize to set up our own virtual server. Following that, we're going to be looking into Nginx or Nginx. This is a type of web server that we will be covering. With Apache2, it's another type of web server we'll be covering. The difference between those two, as we talked about in the video, they're both web servers. It's just a matter of preference of which one do you prefer the most. We'll cover both of those. We'll be using fail2ban, fail2ban.org. This is a software-based firewall that we're going to use to help prevent SSH scripts, DDoS prevention, different types of shell shock attacks, and we'll get into that. And then finally, Let's Encrypt, let'sencrypt.org. This is a free, automated, and open source certificate authority for our SSL certifications. And basically what this does is allows us to take our http://www.mysite.com, and we have HTTPS, so that way your audience can see that it is a secured website on the front end of it. Steps to success. Step 1, development. This is meet with the clients, we build the website, we get everything set up and programmed just right. The second step of this is buying the domain name and getting the server set up. This is basically where, if you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for a client, you will be acting as the 9 times out of 10, if you're a freelance programmer, you will be responsible for the server setup, you'll be responsible for the domain name, you'll be responsible for the security and everything else that's needed inside of the website realm. You can't just say, here's your website, and make sure they presume they know what they're going to do with it. Usually they don't. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and set up a server for them, get it all set up, and give them access to the server if they choose to. They don't, you can sign arbitrary agreements between you and the client. And then finally, deployment. After we've developed the website, after we've set the domain name in the server, then we can push it live for the customers to see, for the audience to see, and just pretty much sit back and enjoy everything. Just remember not to install Apache2 and Nginx on the same server. Sometimes you can do both of them if you know what you're doing, but more than likely you will have a conflict of interest, and one will override the other, or they'll try to collide at the same time. It's not a very good site, especially for amateur server administrators. It's definitely not a good idea to utilize Apache2 and Nginx on the same server. Just choose one or the other. 100%! Awesome! After completing this course, we're going to be able to build a fully working website with some minor JavaScript elements, CSS3 styling, and HTML5 elements. Now, combining all of this knowledge, we're also going to give you Linux server support so that way you are on top of your game. The course outline. As we can see, we have a very basic 3-step pattern that we've designed and developed to publish your website. We're going to start off by building our website. This is the front end and the back end of it. CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. Then we're going to set up our server. This is going to be buying the domain names and setting up the server. And then finally, pushing it work live. So this is our deployment stage where we're going to push everything to the server. Why? Well, in today's world, everybody wants a website for something. Whether it be for their cat, their dog, their goldfish, or their company. Yes, I've actually had somebody ask me to build a website just for their cat. You know, you'll be building websites from a very small organization that only holds like 3 people, all the way to Fortune 500 organizations as you get better and better. Everyone is going to be needing a website for one purpose or another. Now, you might have a medium-sized or a large-sized organization say, hey, we want this website built, and we want it to be a call center environment, like my last client. Well, okay, that's not a website. That's a web-based application. So you just kind of need to know what's a website and what's a web-based application. Both of them, you know, to the human naked eye that doesn't know programming, they're the same thing. But nonetheless, you'll have clients from, you know, very small mom and pop shops all the way up to Fortune 500 seeking your services. Both of them are going to boil down to one of 2 things. They either want to inform their audience of their company. So basically, let's say you got John Doe's Pizza Parlor. Hey, come check out my pizza parlor. We've got this on the menu. We've got this. You know, here's who we are. Here's our background. Here's how you can contact us. Another thing that companies want to do is sell something. A lot of people are trying to combine or join forces with like Amazon and eBay and build a new type of website that people can buy some random stuff from, or it might be a decent sized company that just wants to sell some oil field parts, you know, like wrenches or tools or whatever it is. Now, on some occasions, you'll actually have a company that wants both of them. Tell their audience who they are, where they came from, and why people should buy from them. And then on top of that, you might have to build a shopping cart for them as well.